Oh Lord, trouble is abound. We have set sail on Chapter 2 of Raskulls, this glorious Xbox 360 live arcade title, Xbox Live Arcade. You know, guys, it's only 800 points. That's $10 in real world money. You might think that's a lot, but it's not. I just was at the corner store, and a bag of Lay's chips, $3.69 plus applicable taxes, which is 13%, the Canadian harmonized sales tax. Jeez, that's half of this game almost. But those chips only last for so long. This game lasts as long as your hard drive, or however long you let it stay there. That's cute. Because you think like, oh, the king's an idiot, that's just it's an actual speaker box. There's no guy in there, but there really was. But apparently there are 2 shiny stones, which you know what that means. Since the enemy, those evil rats or whatever we're calling them, since they couldn't get their fancy freezer Mr. Freezy machine working for their ice cream, they're gonna want another gem. If they know about it, then you know they're gonna be causing trouble, so that's gonna be fun. But Chapter 2, we switch things up a bit. 1, you play as a different character, which is Ninja. He's a pretty cool dude. He's got a nice cell phone, and he takes what he wants, including that servant lady. He's pretty fine. Also, the Chapter 2 world, or area, is a bit different. It's kind of a jungle, Aztec, Mayan, that sort of period, that vibe. So it's really, really cool. As well, with this new chapter, we get new challenges. They're harder. 1, for starters, harder than the first chapter. Difficulty is ramped up a bit, and they're just different. They have you playing the game in yet another manner than we were in the first chapter. There's still the whole frantically paced races and stuff like that, but there's some new puzzles where you have to, again, strategically think of how you're gonna manipulate the blocks. And as well, now we can go back to Chapter 1 anytime we want, just with the bumper button. And the reason for that is because I haven't done all of the challenges there. I beat all the ones to get through the tournament, but we have those mega challenges that we're able to complete for extra medallions. We can unlock characters, cheats for the game, all that good stuff. So eventually I'll be going back there to show you guys all the mega challenges and beating absolutely everything. But for now, we're just focusing on the main story. This game type, essentially, we've got the item, these magic mushrooms. I'm sure they're very tasty and cause hallucinations up the wazoo. But Ninja, he's too good of a schoolboy. He's not gonna indulge. Plus, he needs to help the wizard, because the wizard's the only one that can open the door at the end of this portion of Chapter 2, so. But anyways, these mushrooms, you can't drop them more than 3 units, 3 block units, which can be tricky depending on what items you have. Here, we don't have any items, so we just have to destroy each block very, very selectively. Whereas if you have the purple zapper, you can what would normally be, say, a 5-unit fall, you can chop that block in half, and it would fall from a lesser height. But that one was easy. This next one coming up, let me see. Not enough courage. What are you talking about? Yeah, you see the icon there that says 35? Basically, when we have 35 medallions, we can unlock that area and go do additional levels, which is fun. It's very fun. Short circuit. Here, what we're doing, you've seen this before. We just have to complete so many laps. I think this one's 3 laps in the time that they give us. We don't add time to it. It's a set time. So this one, it's okay. It's moderately difficult, but I did it first try, as you'll see. You can see that item above my head. You'll probably be thinking, most of this level, why am I not using it? Because I could be getting through all these blocks right here much quicker. They let you charge through several blocks very fast. But I like to cover my ass pretty much, and just in case I don't get them again later in the, say, on the last lap or the last portion of the last lap when time really is low. See, now I'm using them because that's what it takes to win. I mean, I'm sure I could have gotten away with using them earlier, but hey, I could feel it in my bones. So this game, it's magical. You really just become one with it. You and the character. You make love to your character. Not in a gay way though, or a straight way. Not in any way. Just, I don't know. Okay, this one, I friggin' hate. I do not like. Or I shouldn't say I don't like it, but basically, because you know, we can't let the shroomy houses fall more than 3 blocks, so you know, we cut that, we reduce it by 1, because a normal hit would just kill that whole yellow block, and it would fall 4 units. That's the one thing too, is sometimes I find it hard to judge once the blocks have merged together if it's 2 or 3 or 4. I know you're looking on the screen right now, and so am I. I'm saying like, oh, that's easy. That's 2 blocks. That's 3, etc., etc. But I find when you're actually playing the game and going through, and you're trying to go a little more quickly, that sometimes it's a little harder to judge. This one is not too hard because there's no time limit. We can take our time and count and compare one block relative to the next. But there are times when you will play this exact same game type, but there will be a time limit, so you can't be sitting there thinking forever. Unless you want to lose, and I don't think you do. Because if you lose, you're a loser. And you know what? I'm not friends with losers. I'm joking. Nobody's really a loser. As long as you try and you're nice to me. If you're a jerk to me, then I'll punch you in your fat face. And if you don't have a fat face, I'll punch you in it and it'll become fat because it'll be swollen from my fists of fury. Yeah, that's right. Now, if you saw me in real life, you wouldn't think that guy's a fighter. And you know what? I'm not. But back in public school, I had less patience. And, you know, I was a smaller kid, you know. So people found me as a target, like, hey, I feel bad about myself or inadequate or something, whatever, I'm gonna pick on somebody else. And I was a target sometimes. I never really let it get to me. And I guess that's what separated me from the rest of the herd. But sometimes it did get to me, and I was just like, I've got to teach this person a lesson. The first time, like, what was that? I was grade 4 or 5. There was this guy, Kyle Dodds. We actually had the exact same birthday too, which was kind of cool. And we were friends before and then eventually after. The one time it was winter, it was cold, and we were just chilling up on the big hill. The big hill was, Bath Public School. That was the place to be. And he just starts pushing, shoving around and whatever. It was okay, funny. And then he's pushed me to the ground. And it was snowy and cold, and I was like, okay, that's funny, now stop. But he kept doing it. And then I got up and 2 left jabs to the jaw. And this guy was big. Like, in grade 8, he could touch the rim of the 10-foot, the regulation basketball baskets. He could actually touch the rim. I mean, it wasn't like he had a really good vertical. Strong and stuff. Like, he wasn't a huge guy, but for grade 8 he was pretty big, at least compared to me. So, and he was actually crying, and he went and told the teacher. Yeah, I got detention for one, or not detention, it was like quiet room at my school, which is just the next day you would, during lunch recess, you would go to the quiet room, which I actually didn't mind because it was winter and it was cold. So really, I should have punched more people, because you get rewarded. At least in my eye, it was a reward. During the summer, of course, I wouldn't want that, but I mean, it's fine for the winter. Oh man, this is the second time I got in a fight, which the last time, and it wasn't really a fight. Again, it was over pretty quickly. That's what they call me, the one-hit KO. Except for the first time, it was 2 hits, but the extra one was just for effect. Anyways, it was grade 6. Guy named Will Pody. Again, we were pretty good friends most of the time. But we were playing soccer, and he's one of those guys, when you get him around a bunch of other dudes, he likes to kind of try and make fun of you or be the cool guy. But if you were with him alone, he's like really nice to you and your friends, and have a good time. But anyways, we were playing soccer, and he pulled it was full contact, and he pulled my hair. I was like, dude, you don't do that. So he pulled it again, and then I punched him in the face. He had a nice big pinkish bruise, but he never squealed on me, so I respect him for that. But he learned his lesson. You don't mess with the fox. Anyways, wow, I've been rambling, and this is the end of the video. So we're going to come back to that bonus level that I screwed up earlier. And we're going to explore the next area of Chapter 2, so come back in a day and we'll be ready to go. Peace out.